You have so many weapons on offense, but how much will the loss of Braden Galloway impact your passing game?
Well, Braden was a freshman last year. We had high hopes for him this year, so it's hard to say that that's going to impact us a lot because he really it's not like having it's not like saying, okay, T was here last year, now T's not here. So we can't really say we've lost anything because he hadn't done it yet. We had high hopes that for what he could have done this year, but it's a lot of opportunity for JC. He's the next guy, and this is a big moment for him to step up and be the contributor that we need him to be at that position. But we got a lot of options. I mean, we got Jalen Lay who's here. We got excited to see if he's taking a step. Davis just got here this summer. See where he is. Luke Price is a guy we moved over, and JL. So we got guys. We'll figure it all out. But we've also got a bunch of wideouts that we can just roll another one of them guys out there on third down. I don't think you really trick a lot of people on third down. When everybody knows you're throwing the ball. So we did some of that last year toward the latter part of the season. We did not a lot, but we did a little more 10 personnel, and so we'll have plenty of options when it comes to throwing the football. To me, the bigger thing is just the depth at the position. Losing a quality young talent like him for this year, you just have to look at it like an injury. He's out for the year, and he's going to have a couple years after that. And hopefully, when his story is all written, he'll be that great player that we think he can be.
Do you know if he could be back for the playoff?
Boy, I like how you think. Man, it'd be great to be in the playoff.
For the postseason.
I think so. I think it's sometime in December when that time is up. So if we're fortunate enough to be in a high level postseason game that's after middle of December, if we're playing early December, we probably didn't have a very good year. But he would have the opportunity, I think, to be back for that.
Coach, to the last 3 national championships, how do you talk to your players about handling pressure and expectations on a national stage?
Yeah, it's just a part of our culture. It's every day in what we do. Stay humble, stay hungry. You got to show up every day with something to prove. Whether you're picked to win, well, you got something to prove. If you're that good, well, you better go prove it. Or if you're picked to stink, and you don't think you stink, well, you got something to go prove. And so I think that's just a mindset that you have to have all the time, that you have something to prove and you have to start over. Every single year you have to start over. There's no guarantees. And so for us, it just starts in our messaging, how we talk to our players. When we start over in the spring, it's our strength conditioning program, how we work and grind through that. And just no entitlement, I mean, you have to earn everything. That's how we do it in our program. That's the way it is in real life, and that's the way it is on the football field.
Dabo, you mentioned Davis Allen. Could you talk about some of the other mid-year guys that showed up this summer?
Mid-years or the summer guys?
Yeah.
Levante is here. We got some backers that showed up. McGuire, Kane, Levante, all rolled in here, and Brighton's coming off an injury. So 4 really good-looking young players right there. Haven't had a chance to be on the field with them or anything like that, but just like where they are physically, like their demeanor. They've hadn't been here that long, but they've had a good focused summer to this point. So
Jalen Phillips yet?
Oh yeah. Jalen is had a good. Joey talked yesterday. Kind of went through all those guys, and he's about his business guy. He's very focused young player. He's a guy that we think has some versatility to his game. Will give us some options defensively. But we just got to get out on the field with them and see where they are. You just never know. But they're all working hard. They've all been in the playbook. They've been meeting and watching tape and learning and trying to get ahead on the installation, kind of shorten that learning curve a little bit before we get out on the field with them. So it's a good group. You know, Andrew Booth's another guy that showed up here. He's a guy that you know we've been anticipating getting here as well. And so we had most of the guys were mid-years. You know, 17 guys came in January. So those guys are all better, bigger, stronger. You know, in a different place mentally. And then those guys that just got here are really excited, you know, to get going.
When it comes to, you know, Bob Ricard coaching versus more on the wheel coaching, does it take a different skill set, or is it just more of the same activity from a coach but more hands-on?
You know, I think, I don't know about skill set or anything. I just think as a coach, you just have to always have the pulse of your team. And, you know, and part of that is understanding the maturity of your team. And sometimes it's maybe you just getting with the leaders of your team and saying, hey, here's some things that we need, and challenging them and giving them opportunities to kind of to lead a little bit. And then there's some times as a coach where even last year, you know, we probably won the championship one day in practice last year. You know, it was one of those days, and it was time for me to step in, and I did, and it was a long day. But when we walked off the field, we were a different team. And, you know, so even though you have a veteran group, there's still times where you got to, like, all right, this is what's needed in this moment. And I think as a coach, you have to just kind of balance that regardless. But certainly when you have a younger team, there's just, you have to be patient, more patient, because there's just certain things they don't know, they don't understand, and you have to teach. It's no different than parenting, you know. I mean, my conversations with my 16-year-old is very different than they were when he was 9, you know, or 10. So it's no different when you're dealing with a football team.
Coach, I think a lot of fans might have been worried